Bum ba da bum 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 bum.
Alright, listen, bro. I am the epitome of a nerd, okay? That's what I'm saying. I'm the epitome of a nerd. In my room, I have a Breath of the Wild Zelda poster, Zelda Breath of the Wild. I have a Terraria poster and a Hollow Knight poster hanging up. And they're all 2 by 3 feet, okay? Huge posters. And then, before that, I had a map of Middle Earth hanging on my wall, bro. And an entire shelf on my bookshelf full of the collected works of J.R.R. Tolkien. Alright? I'm the epitome of a nerd. On my desk right now, I have a worksheet detailing the axial and appendicular regions of the body, alright? I am the epitome of a nerd, alright? Like, listen, bro. When you think of a nerd, you're thinking of people like Frankenbuddy. Okay? I'm the epitome of a nerd. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, obviously, y'all know I'm cool. I'm not just like a goofy nerd, like stupid nerd. I'm like a cool nerd. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but like I said, I got a Zelda poster, right? I've played so much Zelda, bro. It's got to be like at least 60 hours of playing Breath of the Wild, bro. That is a great game. But I also love the original. That is also a super awesome game. I talked a bit about it in my other video, which I'll put on screen right now. About like my favorite video games, my journey in video gaming. But Zelda's been a big part of that for sure. Like I said, obviously I got a Hollow Knight poster too, which is like, bro, it's like right there next to Minecraft. Like Minecraft's obviously my favorite game, which is why my YouTube channel is Minecraft. But, bro, I love Hollow Knight, okay? It's a Metroidvania, it's a platformer, so completely different than Minecraft, but still really awesome. It's, a Metroidvania is these two NES games back in the day. I think it was 1986, I want to say. They both released. It was Metroid and Castlevania. And they both had a similar play style of going through the game in a non-linear fashion and unlocking different abilities that let you get to different parts of the game, right? So that's basically what Hollow Knight is. It was an indie game, expertly crafted, bro. Absolutely phenomenal. Amazing, okay? Amazing. Super fun. I've 112%ed that game. Like, it's one of my favorite games of all time, for sure. Anyway, I got a poster of that. I got a poster of Zelda. I have a poster of Terraria. Alright, listen. I don't usually call people out on this channel, but I'm about to call somebody out. My little brother is the most nerdiest absolute nerd of all time, bro. He's an absolute nerd, okay? He is, like, so good at Terraria. Not to mention my little brother is insane at Hollow Knight. He's like a professional gamer level of Hollow Knight, okay? He's ridiculous. And you guys have seen me fight him in Frankenbuddy Stadium, bro. That kid is peak, alright? He's the nerdiest of the nerdies, okay? He's a nerd. But he's so good at Terraria. So that's why we have the poster up. We have the Zelda poster because that's one of my favorite games. And then we have Hollow Knight because it's both our favorite games. Then we got Terraria because that's one of his favorite games, right? Anyway, let me know down in the comments if y'all want a room tour, by the way. It's a pretty great room. But that's what I'm saying, bro. My brother is so sweaty at Terraria. I should probably explain what Terraria is. Alright. In Terraria, picture 2D Minecraft. They add 500% more weapons and armor types. They put in a crazy ton of bosses. And then they make it really scary. Okay? And then, not to mention they make it 2D. I don't know if I said that already. That movie, this game is crazy, bro. Alright, this game is crazy. So, anyway, I've played it a little bit. I played it on my Xbox 360 back in the day. But my little brother, he plays it on the... So I also have it on my Switch, but he plays it on his Switch. We both have a Switch, because we're cool like that. But, yeah, he plays this game. It is unhinged, but he is so good at it, bro. He's ridiculously good at this game, alright? So my brother's a nerd, by the way. Anyway, but like I said, I also have an entire shelf on my bookshelf. I have my own bookshelf, which is one thing, but on my bookshelf, I have an entire shelf dedicated entirely to the works of J.R.R. Tolkien, who's the guy who wrote Lord of the Rings, by the way. If you don't know this, bro, you gotta know this, okay? J.R.R. Tolkien is peak. That is peak content, okay? Absolutely fantastimatical writing, okay? I myself have always been a fan of medieval fantasy, right? Just my favorite genre, okay? But Lord of the Rings, absolute peak, okay? I have this saying, bro. Some people don't like Lord of the Rings because it's too specific. It's too detailed, right? But that's just because they ain't smart enough to comprehend it. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you don't like Lord of the Rings, that's your fault, all right? That's what I'm saying, okay? It's not because it's bad. That is expertly written, okay? So I've read all 3 Lord of the Rings books. Not to mention, I've read The Hobbit. Not to mention, I went beyond that to a book called The Silmarillion that was written after Tolkien's death, compiled from his notes, right? So his son took his dad's notes about the history of this world, Middle Earth, and he made a book called The Silmarillion out of it. Super peak book, way harder to read than Lord of the Rings, and it's like one of my favorite books of all time. All right. Then we got the Unfinished Tales, which I also have. I haven't read the whole thing. I have a poetry collection of Tolkien's, okay? I have all these notes and stuff compiled into volumes. And not to mention, I have the deluxe illustrated by the author edition of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, bro. You don't understand. I am the nerdiest. I am the epitome of a nerd. That's what I'm saying, okay? But, yeah, bro. I'm the nerdiest of the nerdy, bro. And listen, if you haven't seen the video where I did this, I built my own PC, alright? Nerd, bro. I'm a nerd. And like I said, okay, this other thing. I got the axial and appendicular skeletons. The axial region of the skeleton, right? The appendicular skeleton. I got a worksheet for him on my desk right now, bro. I'm studying human anatomy, bro. Nerd. Nerd, bro. I'm the nerdiest of the nerds, bro. Listen, bro. I want you to get this in your head. I don't know if I've said this yet, but I am the epitome of a nerd, alright? Chat, glaze me, bro. I'm a nerd, bro. Glaze me, okay? Come on now. Anyway, but yeah. No, I'm not actually that nerdy, though. I've got these nerdy hobbies and stuff. Build computers, play super crazy video games. Not like crazy video games, but like nerdy kind of video games, you know? And then like I'm in an anatomy class, you know? I just freaking love Tolkien. Love reading books, bro. Books are great. So I guess you could call me a bit nerdy. Maybe not the epitome of a nerd. There's definitely nerdier people. But like yeah, you get it, bro. You get it. But that's what I'm saying. Yes, sorry about the terrible upload schedule lately, bro. But, yeah, skill issue. I know. But, I mean, it's kind of tough sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But, anyway, like I said, I'm a bit of a nerd. I thought it'd be kind of interesting to talk about my nerdy stuff. But, yeah, anyways, that's the video. I'll see you guys later. I got a few plans in the works, so keep an eye out for more videos. See you later, bro.
Bum ba da bum 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 bum.